This is a late night update alert. I know that it's pushing 11 o'clock at night, but some information has come to light that I do not think can wait until morning. It has been uncovered by the Secretary of Defense of the United States that China has been operating a secret space facility. Now, about, 6 weeks ago, I put up a video, 14 July, talking about something strange in the desert of Argentina, 714. And you can find this. This is the 2 minute and 10-second mark. We start to look at some strange features out in the western desert of Argentina. And I'll just play a little snippet of that for you now. Look around and you zoom out. What you see is they have gridded this entire desert out into these perfect little squares, and it goes on for hundreds of miles. They have cut these almost what looks like a perfect grid into this desert out here with all of these roads, and in some places there's literally nothing out here. Why they would need all of these exact perfect squares out in the middle of, literally the middle of nowhere. I mean, this is way, 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 way out. And so you get the idea. We found all these strange grids and squares out in the western desert of Argentina. Well, the current Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, has uncovered what this is. While visiting South America, he's warning of the Chinese advance in the region. And during the trip to Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Colombia last week, the American Secretary of Defense repeatedly showed his concern for the expansion of the Asian country in South America through projects related to the military sector. Among them, he referred to the space station that since March operates in the province of Neuquén in the Argentine Patagonia. The facilities, which basically consist of a giant antenna, 48 meters high, 35 meters in diameter, and 450 tons, are valued at $50 million, and the Chinese Army has the right to exploit them for 50 years. Officially, the objective of the station is the control of satellites and space missions that are carried out in the area. However, since its construction was announced, numerous experts, organizations, and local and international media have placed special emphasis on having technical capabilities that can go further and help collect data from the region, a theory that gained strength from the fact that the negotiation of the project was secret. So this is a secret space base that has been operating in Argentina. Now, this image is of 2007, the Chinese shooting down a satellite with a missile. 11 pushing 12 years ago. Now that area that they referred to, Neuquén, this is what you're looking at. This is Neuquén, Argentina. Now I'm going to zoom out real quick just so you can get an idea of where we're talking about. It's literally dead center. It's awful hard to miss. Just look for this little bay here. It almost literally points right to it. And this is the area out here that General Mattis has been referring to. And when we look out here, and I know everybody said fracking, 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 but it seemed like there was a little bit more going on than just that. That would make for a great cover story, don't you think? So now it's been confirmed by the Secretary of Defense that there is actually a reason for a Space Force now. Because we have a secret space base being operated by China in Argentina. And this is the evidence of what they've been able to do for 11 years, is knock things down. It makes a lot of sense about what's been going on down there. We talked about how Chile was planning to modernize out of nowhere its Antarctic bases, given all of the financial problems they've had recently. That seems like an odd place to put money. And then we also had, give me 1 second here, there was a fire that had destroyed a Chilean naval base down there out of nowhere. And fire is not a common thing down there. I'm just going to play this real quick to show you that this wasn't some little, somebody left the stove on fire. The thing was completely torched. Totally gutted. That's basically the idea there. But 14 July, this channel knew something was up in Argentina. And now the Secretary of Defense has confirmed that it is, in fact, the Chinese and a secret space base, space weapons facility being operated in the southern part of Argentina. Pretty amazing stuff when you consider everything that's on the headlines now of the United States. You don't hear anything about this. And we'll leave with this, I guess, tonight, that it is starting to fall apart a little bit. The cordial, I guess, for lack of a better term, relations between Colombia and Venezuela are starting to wither. The Venezuelans have crossed the border into Colombia, more than likely in search of those who had been on their side of the border. Colombia's foreign minister said on Tuesday that Venezuelan helicopters and soldiers illegally crossed the two countries' border amid ongoing tensions. So this just wasn't one small patrol that accidentally made a left when they should have gone right. In a press release, the Colombian Foreign Ministry said that 2 military police helicopters on Sunday dropped some 30 armed soldiers in Tibu, a municipality on the northern half of the country's 1,300-mile border, and you can kind of see where that is. This is where all of this entire problem with Venezuela has pretty much occurred, in this region, right here, Zulia. You never hear about any problems over here. Up here is where the earthquake was, Trinidad and Tobago. But over here, Caracas and East, you rarely hear of any issues. All of the problems happen up here in Zulia. That's why long ago I made the allegation if this war was going to cut loose, it would be right here. And that's what puts Panama right in the crosshairs. The unannounced cross-border operation was a, quote, violation of the sovereignty of Colombia, the foreign ministry said. The alleged incursion in the virtually lawless border region between the two countries is the first since President Ivan Duque took office earlier this month. At the instruction of the president, the foreign ministry, a letter expressing the most energetic protest was sent to Venezuela's embassy in Bogota. But it's not the first. This happened last year as well, and we covered this, how 2 different times the Venezuelan military did incursions and went in and stayed for a day, 2 days, a week into Colombian territory running operations. So one more piece to the puzzle. Secretary Mattis has now confirmed that the Chinese are operating a secret space base in South America. We'll go there one more time. This is a place called Neuquén. It's someplace that I don't even think would make it into trivia. It's so remote. If you look into Argentina, you can find these 3 bays. There's one up here, one here, one here. This bottom one points right at it. You can see that it's at the confluence of what looks like a Y fork out here of water. It shouldn't be very hard to find if you want to look at it for yourself. That, in fact, there is a giant antenna, 48 meters high, 35 meters in diameter, and 450 tons, valued at $50 million, that was negotiated in secret, confirmed by the Secretary of Defense of the United States. And this channel reported it 14 July of this year. Like, share, subscribe.